Swiss 111 heavy is declaring stand after smoke in the cockpit. Request immediate return towards convenience place, I guess, Moscow.
Swiss Air 111, roger. Turn right to proceed. You say to Boston you want to go?
I guess Boston we need first the weather, so we start the right turn here, Swiss 111 heavy.
Would you prefer to go into Halifax?
Stand by. Affirmative, Swiss 111 heavy, we prefer Halifax from our position.
Swiss Air 111, roger. Proceed direct to Halifax, descend now to flight level 290.
Level 290 to Halifax, Swiss 111 heavy.
Swiss Air 111, you can contact the Mountain Center now, 119.2.
119.2 for the Swiss Air 111.
Roger.
Mountain Center, good evening, Swiss 111 heavy, flight level 254, descending flight level 250, on course Halifax, we are flying at the time on track 050.
Swiss Air 111, good evening, descend to 3000, the altimeter is 2979.
We would prefer at the time around 8,000 feet, 2980 until the cabin is ready for the landing.
Swiss Air 111, you can descend to 3 and level off at intermediate altitude if you wish, just advise.
Roger, at the time we descend to 8,000 feet, we are anytime clear to 3,000, I keep you advised.
Okay, active runway Halifax 06, should I start you on a vector for 6?
Yes, vectors for 6 will be fine, Swiss 111 heavy.
Swiss Air 111, roger, turn left heading of 030.
Left heading 030 for the Swiss 111.
Okay, it's a back course approach for runway 06, the localizer frequency 109.9. You've got 30 miles to fly to the threshold.
We need more than 30 miles. Please say me again the frequency of the back beam.
Swiss Air 111, roger. You can turn left heading 360 to lose some altitude. The frequency is 109.9 for the localizer. It's a back course approach.
Okay, we are able for left or right turn towards the south to dump.
turn to the left heading of 200 degrees and advise me when you're ready to dump.
Roger, we are turning left and in that stage we are descending at the time only to 10,000 feet to dump the fuel.
Swiss Air 111, continue left heading 180. You'll be off the coast within about 15 miles.
Roger, left heading 180, Swiss Air 111 and maintaining 10,000 feet.
Roger.
Autopilot. Autopilot. Autopilot.
Swiss Air 111 at the time we must fly manually. Are we clear to fly between 11,000 and 9,000 feet?
Swiss Air 111, you can block between 5,000 and 12,000 if you wish.
We are between 12 and 5,000 feet. We are declaring emergency now at time 0124.
Roger.